Hey there, I'm Sandra. I'm 28, and after going through hell and back, I'm finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, I'm working part-time at this cozy little bookstore downtown called Pig Turner. It's not much, but it pays the bills and keeps a roof over my head in the modest apartment I share with my best friend, Lily. Sandra, you're going to crush this final. Lily cheers as I hunch over my textbooks at our tiny kitchen table. I manage a tired smile. Thanks, Lil. I can't believe I'm almost there. Girl, after everything with that jerk Mike, you deserve this win, she says, her voice softening at the mention of my ex-husband. The name still sends a shiver down my spine. Mike, the nightmare I finally woke up from. Sandra, you okay? You zoned out for a sec. I shake my head, clearing the memories. Yeah, just remembering. But that's the past, right? I'm free now. Just then, my phone buzzes with a text from Jason, my English lit study buddy. Hey Sandra, still on for our study session at the library? I smile and type back, absolutely. See you in 20. Jason's been a lifesaver this semester. Smart, funny, and totally platonic. Exactly what I needed after the disaster with Mike. As I gather my books, Lily gives me a knowing look. So, any updates on the Eric front? I feel my cheeks flush. Eric, the sweet, unassuming guy who comes into the bookstore every week, always leaving with a new novel, and that smile that makes my heart skip a beat. He asked me if I wanted to grab coffee sometime. I admit, unable to hide my grin. Lily squeals and pulls me into a hug. Sandra, that's amazing. You deserve someone who treats you right. As I head out the door, I can't help but feel a flutter of excitement. Graduation is just around the corner. I've got amazing friends, and maybe, just maybe, a chance at love again. For the first time in years, I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Little did I know, my past wasn't quite finished with me yet. But that's a story for another day. Right now, I've got a future to build, one page at a time. The morning of my graduation dawned bright and full of promise. Standing in front of the mirror, adjusting my cap and gown, it hardly seemed real that this day had finally arrived. Sandra, you look amazing, Lily exclaims, snapping pictures with her phone. Total boss babe vibes. I laugh, striking a pose. Thanks, Lil. I can't believe we're actually here. My phone buzzes again. This time a text from Eric. Good luck today, Sandra. Can't wait to see you walk across that stage. You've earned this. My heart flutters. Eric has become such a significant part of my life in such a short time, and his support means everything. The auditorium buzzes with excitement as hundreds of graduates in black gowns mill about, eager and full of hope. I find my place in line, my heart pounding with anticipation. The ceremony begins, and as I watch my classmates cross the stage, pride swells within me. After everything I've overcome, this is my moment. Sandra Johnson, the dean calls. My heart races as I step onto the stage, reaching for my diploma with trembling hands. Then, Sandra, wait. A voice cuts through the ceremony, freezing me in place. No, it couldn't be. I turn and my blood runs cold. Rushing down the aisle is Mike, my ex-husband, the man who tried to crush my dreams for years. What are you doing here? I hiss as he bounds onto the stage, dropping to one knee, a ring in hand. The audience gasps. Andra, baby, I'm so sorry for everything. Please give me another chance. Marry me again. Time seems to stop. Hundreds of eyes are on me, murmurs ripple through the crowd. Somewhere, I know Eric is watching this nightmare unfold. Are you insane? I manage, my voice trembling with fury. Get out of here, Mike. We're done. We've been done for years. Suddenly, security rushes in, pulling him away as he struggles, still calling my name. The ceremony dissolves into chaos. I flee the stage, pushing past confused faculty and classmates, tears blurring my vision. I don't stop running until I burst out into the bright sunlight. Sandra, wait. Eric's voice calls after me. He catches up, concern etched on his face. Are you okay? What the hell just happened in there? I can't speak. The flood of emotions I've been holding back crashing over me in sobs. Eric wraps his arms around me, holding me close. It's okay, he whispers. I've got you. You're safe now. I'm so sorry, I whisper through my tears. This isn't how today was supposed to go. Eric shakes his head, his eyes warm. You have nothing to apologize for. That guy, he's the one who should be sorry. That was Mike. I explain, my voice raw. My ex-husband. I thought I was finally free of him. Eric's jaw clenched. What he did in there. That's not okay, Sandra. Have you thought about getting a restraining order? I nodded, suddenly feeling exhausted. Maybe it's time I looked into that. As we walked away from the auditorium, my graduation gown billowing in the breeze, I felt a swirl of emotions. Anger at Mike for ruining my day, sadness for the celebration I'd lost, but also a glimmer of hope. Despite Mike's best efforts, I wasn't alone anymore. I had Eric, Lily, and a strength I was only just beginning to recognize within myself. This wasn't the end of my story. It was just the beginning of a new chapter. The days after the graduation disaster were a blur. I barely left my apartment, ignoring calls and messages from concerned friends. The anxiety and depression I thought I'd left behind with my marriage came crashing back like a tidal wave. Sandra, you need to eat something, Eric said gently, setting a plate of toast on my bedside table. He'd been a constant presence, patient and understanding, even when I tried to push him away. I can't. I can't face anyone right now. Hey, look at me. Eric's voice was soft but firm. I reluctantly met his gaze. What Mike did was awful, but you can't let him win by hiding away. You're stronger than that. As much as I hated to admit it, Eric was right. I couldn't let Mike control my life anymore. Slowly, I began to reconnect with the world. But when I scrolled through social media, my heart sank. That lying bastard, I exclaimed, nearly throwing my phone across the room. What is it? Eric asked, alarmed. I showed him the screen, my hands shaking. Mike's been posting all these lies, saying I cheated on him, that I'm unstable, and people are believing him. Eric's expression darkened. We need to do something about this, Sandra. This isn't just gossip, it's defamation. As we dug deeper, a disturbing pattern emerged. Mike hadn't just been spreading lies online, he'd been systematically sabotaging my life for months. I don't understand, I said, pacing the living room. How did he know about that job interview? I never told him I applied. Lily, who had been helping us investigate, looked up from her laptop. Sandra, I think he's been intercepting your mail. Look at this. She showed me a series of redirected mail requests, all in Mike's handwriting. The realization hit me like a punch to the gut. He'd been stalking me, controlling my life from the shadows. That night, as Lily and I sat on the couch, the full weight of everything crashed down on me. I should have told you, I whispered, tears streaming down my face. The things he did, the things he said, I was so ashamed. You have nothing to be ashamed of, Lily said fiercely. He's the one who should be ashamed. As I poured out years of pent-up pain, detailing the emotional and verbal abuse I'd suffered at Mike's hands, Lily listened without judgment. For the first time, I felt the burden lighten. Over the next few days, we developed a plan. Eric reached out to a lawyer friend for advice, and Lily helped me document every instance of Mike's harassment. As we put the finishing touches on our plan, I felt a surge of empowerment. Mike had tried to break me, to control me, to erase the person I'd worked so hard to become. But he'd underestimated me, and now he was about to learn just how strong I really was. The date of our sting operation arrived, and my nerves were on edge. We'd set the trap carefully, orchestrating a fake job interview we knew Mike would try to sabotage. You ready for this? Eric asked, squeezing my hand reassuringly. I took a deep breath. As ready as I'll ever be. Lily and Jason were already in position, hidden cameras at the ready. I walked into the cafe where we'd arranged the interview, trying to act natural despite the butterflies in my stomach. Right on cue, Mike showed up, lurking in a corner booth. I pretended not to notice him as I greeted our plant, a friend posing as the interviewer. Halfway through the fake interview, Mike made his move. He approached our table, his face a mask of concern. Sandra, thank God I found you, he said, his voice dripping with fake sincerity. I can't let you go through with this interview. This company. Cut the crap, Mike, I interrupted, standing up. We know what you've been doing, the stalking, the lies, all of it. His face twisted with rage. You ungrateful, after everything I've done for you. That's when Lily and Jason emerged, cameras rolling. Several of our mutual friends, who we'd invited to witness the truth, stepped forward, shock and disgust etched across their faces. Mike realized he'd been caught. He tried to backpedal, but it was too late. His true colors were on full display. In the aftermath, armed with our evidence, I was granted a restraining order against Mike, but he couldn't let go. Within weeks, he violated it, showing up at my workplace. This time, there were real legal consequences. As Mike was led away in handcuffs, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. But life had more surprises in store. A few weeks later, I received an unexpected call from Horizon Publishing, a prestigious company I'd always dreamed of working for. "We've been following your story, Sandra," the HR manager said. "Your resilience and determination are exactly what we're looking for. We'd like to offer you a position as an assistant editor." I was speechless. After years of struggle, my career was finally taking off. 1 year later, I stood in my new office at Horizon, a framed photo of Eric and me on my desk. I had just wrapped up a major project, feeling more confident and empowered than ever before. My phone buzzed with a news alert, and I nearly dropped it when I saw the headline: "Local man arrested for fraud and investment scheme." There was Mike's mugshot, looking haggard and defeated. He had tried to scam investors in a desperate get-rich-quick scheme and was now facing serious jail time. I sat back in my chair, a complex mix of emotions washing over me. Part of me felt vindicated, seeing Mike finally face consequences for his actions. But mostly I felt free. Mike no longer had any power over me or my life. That evening, as Eric and I walked hand in hand through the park near our new apartment, I reflected on the journey that had brought me here. "You know," I said, "a few years ago, I never would have believed I could be this happy, this whole." Eric smiled. "You did all the hard work, Sandra. I'm just glad I get to be part of your story now." As the sun set, painting the sky in brilliant oranges and pinks, I felt a profound sense of peace. The road hadn't been easy, but I'd emerged stronger, wiser, and surrounded by love. Mike had tried to write my story for me, casting me as the victim, but I'd taken back the pen. Now I was the author of my own life, and the next chapter, it was brighter than ever. The story of Sandra's triumph over her toxic ex-husband has come to an end. Now I have a question for you. Is it ever acceptable to forgive someone who has repeatedly manipulated and abused you? Or is cutting them out of your life completely the only way to truly heal? Share your thoughts in the comments below.